What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about the memorial stones that they've given out here for the Transcendent Dokkan campaign. Oh man, holy moly, where to begin with this? There is some stuff to talk about, let me tell you. I think before we get into the Dokkan side of things, let's first just do the traditional taking a look at, what I've gotten in previous years versus how many stones I have now. I figure we'll get the video off to a juicy start with that, and then we'll start ranting, because I got some things to talk about. Okay, so, should I just do the in-game reveal first, or... Yeah, I guess let's do that. Okay. So, I've got mine sitting in the gift box. We're just gonna scroll down here, and then you guys can see how many I've got. So it is gonna be 260. That is what we're rolling with. This year, we've got 260 of these to go off of, so that's basically gonna be enough to buy one unit in the shop, or... the Wiser, which we will be taking advantage of, is just going to be doing the summons, right? So we can get plenty of units instead of just one. So that is what I plan to do with the tickets. So we had 260 this year. Now let me go ahead and switch back to the wiki, and I will show you guys. I did want to kind of talk about this real quick. So back in 2022, this was the year that I started my YouTube channel. I started it a few months before this. I had 292 stones that year. So this was mostly just from me, like, link leveling. Prior to me building my YouTube channel, link leveling all day, every day was something I was already doing. I did spend quite a few stones in that way. But I really didn't spend too much on the game in this year for, like, summoning. I was just working a normal part-time job and stuff, had normal rent, other bills, like... an average person would, so I just wasn't making the kind of money that you could, use to spend on the game. So 292 made perfect sense. I definitely still missed a lot of, Dokkan Fest releases and things like that. There were celebrations I had to skip, and quite a few that I tried to jump into, but only spent a couple hundred stones, didn't get the units, and just had to move on. So yeah, that's kind of how things went in 2022. Funny enough, I have even less this year, which is kind of the point that I want to make. But first, we're going to view the next couple of years here. So 2023, I wasn't recording content around this time, I suppose. So I did make sure to, clip this at least. I had double. 556 stones that year. Yeah, I spent a lot of money on Dokkan Battle in 2023, which was a huge mistake. If you're one of my close personal friends watching this video, then you know. My life was in, like, absolute shambles, kind of because of this game. I have a video on my channel called You Got Shafted. Let's talk about it. If you want to know more information about what I'm alluding to here, you'll find out in that video, because I go into very, very deep specifics about Dokkan Battle and the way that it had affected my life. But yeah, so a lot of stones, earned because of tons of money spent on the game in 2023. And then in 2024, we were back down a considerable amount, down to 376. And then this year, we are down 100 more, even below that. So very, very exciting stuff. I personally am seeing that as a huge win, a huge W for someone that has a pretty obsessive and addictive personality, someone that finds it hard not to, succumb to impulse and things like that. I think I've been doing a very, very good job refraining from engaging with that portion of the game while still being able to enjoy the game and create content around it. So, yeah, the ultimate goal would be to get not a single stone above what what is called for free-to-play players. But obviously, just with link leveling alone, that is kind of impossible for me to do, right? Unfortunately. Just because, like, if I am to link level all day, every day, the amount of stamina that I have to use requires me to spend so many dragon stones that I literally will run out based on the free-to-play amount that they give us. So I have to buy them just for that, but that's obviously a very, very, very small number compared to what it would take. Put it this way, all of the dragon stones I would have to buy for the entire year to support link leveling would be like the same you would spend in one celebration to rainbow character, maybe less, honestly. So yeah, it's really not that much. Okay, and then Yeah, so I guess that's enough about me. So before we get into our actual summons here, I just want to talk about the really bad news that Dokkan ruined this system. They absolutely destroyed it. So in years previous, the way this worked is every single Dokkan Fest character from the inception of the game all the way up to, you know, a certain cutoff point would be available to summon for on these banners. Historically, like way back in the past, it was only one banner, and then all of the units would be on there, and you could summon and get the characters. And then after a while, once there were so many, you know, hundreds of Dokkan Fest characters, they split it up into 2 different banners, so you could kind of choose which pool of characters you wanted to try for, which I think was a good idea, and definitely helpful for a lot of players, because it just helped you kind of maybe get something geared toward a little more like what you specifically want versus what the game's just going to throw at you. So that was nice. Now this year, they have changed it up. So the lineup's looking a little different here. The shop here is going to one-to-one reflect what is available on the banner, other than the LRs, I believe, right? Oh, well, I suppose instead of doing the shop way, we can just... I have the banner up, silly me. So this is the banner that we're going to be summoning on. Here are the featured units. So it looks like it goes up to as new as Master Roshi. What was his release date again? October 2024. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is like the typical cutoff point is October the year prior, right? It used to be really funky back in the day when there was a difference in the release schedules between Global and JP, so the cutoff points for these banners would be different, and we would actually be summoning for a different subset of characters, where JP would have a couple newer ones that Global didn't. That is not the case anymore with the schedules being synced, so now Master Roshi is going to be the newest unit on both of these banners here. But yeah, so it goes from Master Roshi, and then it goes all the way down to, and only down to, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who, this is what, a 2021 character, right? Yeah, January 2021. So that means every single Dokkan Fest... Oh, and there's no other banner, by the way. It's just one banner this year. There's nothing else. So that means every single Dokkan Fest from December of 2020 all the way to January of 2016, when the game first went live, which, to be fair, there weren't Dokkan Fest at that time yet for quite a few months, maybe almost a year entirely, but still, for that entire time span, all of those characters, Dokkan just said, nah, screw you, you don't get them. They're not in the unfeatured pool. They're not here. They're just gone. It's actually insane that they did that. So, you know, I guess, okay, so in years past, the old Dokkan Fest on these banners were really irrelevant to pull, right? It didn't really matter getting them. You were really hoping for a lot of the newer ones, like new Dokkan Fest that you hadn't been able to pull in the last year, that you might actually pick up something new, whereas a lot of those ancient ones were cards that you probably had, and if you were a newer player and didn't have them, it didn't really matter if you pulled them, because they were completely unusable because of how many years it had been since they aged out of the game, right? Well, with the inception of Super EZA, that's no longer true. With Super EZAs being a thing, there have been quite a few celebrations where, like, the red stones have been a very hot commodity, because there is amazing characters that you can pick up with them now, right? And that could have been the case for these memorial stones, giving players the opportunity to summon for these potential, like, Super EZA characters, or just some of those old Dokkan Fests that are slated to get Super EZAs in upcoming celebrations. But now just no one has the ability to do that. So I feel like these tickets just go down tremendously in value. It also does hurt for... So, like, for me, every single Dokkan Fest prior to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I have rainbowed. I don't need any of them. Well, that's actually not true. There are a couple I don't have rainbowed. Like, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock comes to mind. That is my worst Dokkan Fest of all time. I literally have him at 55%. But other than him, there's maybe, like, 1 or 2 others that I need, like, a dupe or 2 in. For the most part, they're all rainbowed. There are a lot of players that are missing 3/4 of those characters, and probably would have picked up a good bulk of them on this banner. So yeah, I just think that was a horrible decision to do, you know, especially without any heads up in advance. And I guess ultimately the thing is, this is a free resource, right? This is just something that Dokkan's giving out. You don't have to purchase or anything, so I guess I should back off from complaining a little bit, but it's just when they've done something and given us, a standard to expect for so many years in a row, and then switch it up in a way that is not as, this, by definition, not as good, I think that is a bad decision by Dokkan. I just finished making an entire rant video about the Purunga Dragon Ball campaign, the way that they've edited that for this celebration and made it worse. And I'm very, very disappointed that they also made this worse, because this is the highlight thing. This is the reason that people care about logging into Dokkan. There are players who don't play this game all day, every day. There are players that don't play this game for every celebration. There are players that just log in for major celebrations. Some players return for the Memorial Stone campaign to get their Memorial Stones so they can do these summons. Like, I know for a fact that there are players who look at the end of the collection period for it. It was on the 21st this year, was the last day that you could spend stones to, calculate for this period. There are players who purposely spent more stones before that date so that they could get more Memorial Stones for this celebration. Dokkan definitely, per their previous celebrations and what they've done with these Memorial Stones in previous years, has convinced people to spend their premium currency in order to prepare for this. So I think it's absolute bullshit that they pulled this one over on us. I just don't think that was a wise decision. Characters going back to 2021, these are the types of characters that show up on banners still, because they're all easy A-ing, and they're all still somewhat new enough that they've only been featured on a couple of Dokkan Fest banners in the past, so they do still kind of come around. These are like the 6th and 7th units filling in on Dokkan Fest banners nowadays. All the units prior to this are just not available ever, anywhere, because you can't buy them. The only place they ever show up summonable is on Easy A banners, which you should absolutely never, ever summon on, right? Those are like the worst value banners in the game. And maybe not the worst, but they're just not good enough to be spending your stones on. So yeah, it's really frustrating that there's just a ton of cards that players aren't going to be able to get. Okay, so that's the rant about it. The unfeatured pool is decent. It's nice that at least they have gone all the way up to the newest banner units, so those will be in here. Obviously, the only ones we're missing are the Pepigal units. Their banner is basically still live, or it might have just gone away with the beginning of the celebration. So yeah, we're not getting the Ranfan or Videl in here, but all of the other banner units are here, so that's going to mean good things for me, because I am missing quite a few of these banner units, right? I don't think I have, I don't have Spopovich or Pan, or General Blue, or this 8 right here. So all 4 of those units would be really good pickups for me. I believe I'm also missing Supreme Kai of Time. Oh, and Tekmai. Yeah, so those would be good pickups for me. I believe there are LRs in here as well. It goes up to Ginyu, unfeatured. How far down does it go? Does the unfeatured pool literally go all the way back to the inception of the game? Yeah, it does. It does. Because these are 2016 units here. 2016, 2017. Yeah. So it goes all the way back to the beginning. Does it have all of the unfeatured LRs? Because I know those go up to a certain point, but I'm curious if, like, even the oldest LRs are in here. I guess I gotta go forward a little to see them. Because there are just a lot of SSRs from, like, the first year of the game until LRs showed up, right? Okay, yeah, no. They're not here. Oh, wait, Bojack? Yeah, they are here. Goku Black, Trunks... Yeah, Gohan. Okay, so this is right where they start with Broly, right? He's the very first one. Okay, so then it looks like all of the Yellow Coin LRs are going to be in here unfeatured, all the way up to Captain Ginyu. So, let's see. Captain Ginyu should be here. Okay, so Captain Ginyu's here. That means the newer ones than Captain Ginyu that won't be there. There's nothing on this page. The next one, all the Easy A's don't count. So Cellmax is too new to be unfeatured here. And then another huge bummer for me is this guy. I'm just never going to get this unit, dude. I still don't have this LR, so not going to have an opportunity to get them here. And then all of the more modern ones. They really haven't done... They slowed down so much on Yellow Coin LR since Carnivals became a thing. Let's see. Is there? I know like PyCon, Dokkan Fest PyCon is another one. These two are carnivals. Yeah, they really don't release that many now. Jeez, there's none here either. Okay. Is it just PyCon? Is that the only other one? PyCon, and then because Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla is a she is a carnival LR as well. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, TN and TN. Okay, so it's just those four then that are not available there. Okay, so that's not the oops, didn't mean to go with that. That's not the worst thing, I guess. So the last thing we got to talk about before we jump into the summons, we're already 15 minutes in, we haven't even started summoning yet. I love it. Okay, so there is also the shop, right? Because we did get the memorial stones. So this is the shop where you can spend them. Obviously, before I even scroll down this list at all, the thing that every single and all players should do is get the tickets. Do the summons with the tickets. That's absolutely going to be a bigger value for you in every way, shape, or form. There's probably such a very, very, very small percentage of players that have enough of this banner fully maxed out that you just wouldn't get any value out of it, and you would actually be better off spending these massive amounts of currencies on a singular unit here, right? I just doubt it, especially if you're like a free-to-play player. You probably only have enough to buy one of these characters anyway, and if you're free-to-play, you definitely don't have the whole banner rainbowed. You probably don't even have every unit on the banner. So, yeah, get the tickets and summon. Just do the tickets. But it is also worth noting that there are units available to buy in the shop here. Now, they've done this unique thing. I don't think they've done this before. They just threw some random LRs on here. These are just a random assortment of yellow coin LRs that are available to purchase, starting at the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, going all the way up to Cell Max. Now, from Ginyu all the way down, all of those LRs are unfeatured. Well, okay, not all. Hold on. These two are Dokkan Fest LRs right here. So they will not be included in those summons. And yeah, that's it. All the rest of these cards are yellow coin LRs, so they are all unfeatured on that banner, except for Cell Max and Gohan. Why are they here? I don't know. I think, my speculation, hold on, am I correct about this? Oh, actually, I don't know if this website shows this stuff. It says release date. Oh, because we're on global? Okay, so 514 on global. I wonder if it shows differently on, if I, like, switch the JP version? 514. No, it was still 514. Was this the same time celebration? I don't remember. I have actually a horrible memory. I'm pretty sure Cell Max came out at different times, though, right? 820. Let's see. Yeah, it was in June on JP, and then not until August on global. Okay, so yeah, I was assuming that like the difference in release schedules is the reason why these units would be included here but not on the banner, just because of that disparity between when they were originally released on global and JP. But I did already check, both of the banners are exactly the same on both versions, and this shop list is exactly the same on both versions. So I'm really not sure why they made that choice. It's just kind of arbitrary. But yeah, ultimately, like, I don't know. I don't think... So here's the thing. All the units in here cost 150, but all the LRs cost 200. So even if you are a free-to-play character who's like... Or a free-to-play player who is like, oh, I've got a lot of these units, I don't really need any of these Dokkan Fest or anything, but one of these, like, Carnival... Or one of these, like, Dokkan Fest LRs is looking appealing, or, like, you don't have Cell Max or something, right? Who, technically, of these two right here, and then those two Dokkan Fest LRs down there, are not available to get on the banner. So it's not an even trade that you could end up pulling these anyway. Potentially, these are units you literally can't get on that banner. So I guess I wouldn't blame somebody for, like, spending 200 tickets to get Cell Max if you don't have him. But I would be careful, because even these units that are not available on the banner, the ones I just point out, are borderline aging out, and with probably with the next major celebration, whatever it is, that brings more power creep, they're going to be unusable from that point forward. So I would be careful about it. This is a lot of tickets to be spending on that. This could be 200 units that you would be getting, and instead just getting one copy of one card, right? So yeah, I don't know, just funkiness. They've done weirdness, and I don't know, I don't remember if we established this already, but the purchasable list only goes back to Gogeta as well. So it's not like you could just even use the tickets to purchase like an EZA, a Super EZA character or something like that, right? Okay, so there we go. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. We have established that. Now let's summon. So let's go ahead and go into the shop and grab our, convert our stones into tickets. Perfect. It looks like I already have 11 just from some missions clearing, just from doing dailies and stuff. Perfect. So we're going to have 271 tickets. All right, sweet. Let's start blowing these. I suppose I should have just been summoning while ranting this whole time, but it's fine. It's fine. You guys are in it for the long haul. It's all good. No one ever expects a short video on this channel. I was going to include the JP side of things as well. I was going to do, like, show off the memorial stones that I got on the JP account. Because it's not 0, and you know, and include the summons in this video as well. But I think I probably won't. I either won't make a video on it at all, or I'll just do a separate thing doing those summons. But yeah, I figured with the fact that we already talked for 20 minutes and we still have to do all of these tickets, we will probably just not include JP side. But I can let you guys know verbally that I did. I got 127 stones on the JP side. You know, that's just from playing, like, decently consistently. I didn't really play, like, I didn't play daily, as far as if we're looking at the entire year. I didn't play daily. There were many months where I didn't log into the game, but I think I did complete about half of Dokkan Battle this year. Yeah. So that just meant that I did get to spend a lot of stones on that account, right? So even though there were a ton of daily stones, a ton of things from missions that were like limited time missions from certain celebrations that I didn't get and whatever, the fact that I had cleared a ton of challenge content and just earned stones that way and then spent all of those summoning on major celebrations, that was what kind of accumulated those for me. So I really did work up those 127 in a couple of months, I would say. Okay. Let's keep going here. All right, so far nothing. So we did establish, let's see. I'm trying to establish what ahead of time would make me satisfied with this set of summons. Usually I can get a good feel for it. Like, I've done a crap ton of world tournament summons at this point, so I have a pretty good idea that, like, you know, when I finish, by the time I finish my world tournament summons, I just want at least one usable card, whether it's a dupe for a top copy of a unit or a brand new unit that I didn't have. Usually that's what I like to get off of those summons. And then, like, with normal, you know, normal rates, normal summons, normal, like, 10 unit 50 stone multis, I kind of know what to expect there. But I'm just trying to think ahead of time what I would be satisfied with 270 tickets. So that's like, I can't even do the math on that. So 280 would be 40 multis. So it's going to be like 40 multis-ish that we're going to get here. And 39, 38. Yeah, I'll be 38 in some singles, right? I think my main thing, I mean, we haven't even gotten a Dokkan Fest yet. Like, I would say I want to expect at least, like, 7 or 8 Dokkan Fests out of that. I think would be reasonable. 1 in 4 seems a little much to ask for 10. So a little less than that, right? 1 in 5. Give me like 8 Dokkan Fests out of all of these. That would be a fair ask, I think. And then in place of that, so I'm going to say maybe 8 new, or I don't really know. Because yeah, 8 Dokkan Fests, and then any one of those could be replaced by, and one of those banner units I don't have, I would also consider as, like, the same as, like, a Dokkan Fest level, right? We just got 17 and 18, so we're definitely going to get something here. We flew in base, so I assume we're going to double screen crack and get a Dokkan Fest here. Let's see. There's the one. Yeah, there we go. Technically, this could also be an LR, right? So, let's see. Fake outs. Okay, Turles. Sure. I don't know if I had him rainbowed. Not sure. Oh, another fake out. Oh, back to back. Wow. Super Vegeta. Okay, absolutely had him rainbowed. I don't think I had an SSR copy for him, though. And if I did have Turles rainbowed, I definitely didn't have an SSR copy for him. So, I guess I'll take them. It kind of goes to that point of, like, because I'm such a hardcore collector. Let me actually see. Yeah, I mean, I know I didn't have... I just still don't know Rainbow. I wish they would add that to the growth tab, being able to see, like, whether a unit's, you know, their activation level here. That would be kind of cool. All right. Nobody. No one flying in. Holy moly. Okay. That's fun. I'm just kind of on the... Oh, good. Screen crack. Yes, we love that. Super Trunks, he's rainbowed. I rainbowed him on his initial banner. Okay. Super Vegeta, yay. Yeah, as we're doing these summons, I'm on the website just scrolling through the list of featured characters, trying to kind of remind myself. Oh, I think I had his SSR too, but I want to know. I didn't. Okay, so that is an SSR copy for him. So far we've already gotten probably like at least 2, maybe 3 characters that are new link leveling characters. Which for me at this point is kind of relevant because I have less than 200 left in my box. So soon that grind will be changing for the worse. Oh, I thought that was going to be a fake out. That is a unit that can. Okay, let's blitz through this one. Yeah, I'm just trying to see of this featured list which of these units I maybe don't have rainbowed yet. All these 2021 ones are done. Ooh. Okay, Ginyu. AGL Captain Ginyu. Ooh, nice, there we go. Another Dokkan Fest coming in. AGL Captain Ginyu. I don't think I have him rainbowed. I don't have... Oh, yeah, it really falls off at that point. Okay. I don't have Int Majin Vegeta rainbowed. Let's see. The ROF Blues I don't have rainbowed. Tech Pan I don't have rainbowed. Oh! Okay, Tech Pan. Speak of the devil, she shall arrive. Cool. So that's a usable dupe for me for sure. Hamas, I think I have done. Okay, Tech Bardock. Tech Bardock would actually be a really, really good pull for me. Because I don't have him rainbowed, but I also have his SSR at 55%, so it's doing that annoying thing in the hidden potential where both the TUR and SSR are flashing like there's an available dupe because of each other. So yeah, I really, really would like to get some Bardocks so that I can get him out of there. The STR 17 and Hellfighter 17, I don't have rainbowed, so I would definitely take that. Let's see. I don't think I have AGL Kill rainbowed. AGL Super Saiyan 2 Kale? I don't think so. Oh, okay, another unit I definitely want is the Tech 23rd World Tournament Goku. He suffers from the same issue as the Bardock, where I've got the SSR copy, but the top copy isn't rainbowed yet, so I definitely want him. The Int Android 17 and 18, I don't have them rainbowed. The Gohan and Piccolo. The STR Gohan and Piccolo, I don't have them rainbowed. I don't have AGL Android 21 rainbowed. I don't have... yeah, it's basically the rest of the list at this point. Holy moly. So yeah, the STR Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku, don't have him rainbowed. The Int Hirudegarn, don't have them rainbowed. AGL First Form Frieza is not rainbowed. Physical Topo's not rainbowed. Physical Rosea is not rainbowed. Master Roshi's not rainbowed. Int Fat Buu is not rainbowed. AGL Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku's not rainbowed. And that is the newest one on the list there. And then it just goes up to these LRs, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so quite a bit. And then there are also some unfeatured LRs, just Yellow Coin LRs that I don't have rainbowed yet. I think, actually. I'm not even 100% sure about that, to be honest with you. Just based on like where the list starts. I guess let's take a look at the unfeatured pool. It's been a little bit dry here for a couple of multis. This is kind of rough. Yeah, just Yamcha flying in. Oof. Okay. And we have not seen like a relevant banner unit yet. All the banner units we've been getting have just been like super old. Ooh, that's good. I said just Yamcha, but then we got that anime. That's awesome for us. Pasha, okay. because Fasha just got her easy A with the Pepigal celebration, my brain marked her as like a good thing to pull it just this moment, but obviously I've long since had her rainbowed, but I just jumped for a moment like new Pepigal character, but I literally already talked about how they're not even on this banner, so can't get them. Okay, perfect. That is a usable dupe for me. I will definitely take that. That's awesome. Oh, that is not. He is over rainbowed. So that's just going to be a dupe for his SSR. Okay, where's Ginyu at? Ginyu's here. Okay, so Ginyu is obviously an unfeatured LR that I could use. I mean, I say obvious, maybe it wasn't obvious, but I've only got him at 55%. I did pull him for the first time recently. So, them. Yeah, Ribrian, Rosie, and Kakunsa. I don't have them rainbowed. I have AGL Super Boo and Bulma rainbowed. I've got Int Spirit Bomb Goku rainbowed. Golden Frieza's rainbow. Yeah, this is a consequence of like the intense amount of summoning I did in 2023. So I think that that's basically it. Nice, another fusion. We're doing well. The blue. Okay. Yeah, because these go all the way back to the 7th anniversary. I have all of them rainbowed. Okay, so I think maybe there's 1 or 2 stragglers in here that I'm like not remembering about or something that I've just forgotten over time or not realized. But I'm pretty sure just the ones that I just named, I need to rainbow, but everything else is done all the way back to physical trunks. Like physical, like of the original 5 LRs. For a split second, I thought we just got him, and I was like, well, are you kidding me? But I know that physical trunks is at 90%, so yeah, I would have to get him to 100, so that would be a cool one. But other than that, I would want to see brand new ones. And actually, I don't know if I mentioned him on the list, but I do not have him rainbow. I'm pretty sure he's not rainbow, so that'll work for me. Okay. So yeah, the way that I'm thinking about it now, just the thing that keeps crossing my mind is the fact that we haven't pulled one of those SSRs that I want. I think that's what's going to make me satisfied with these. A new unit. I don't really care one way or the other about anything else. If we continue getting Dokkan Fest units at the rate we are, if we pull a couple of LRs, whatever, great, awesome. I will take any bonuses the game wants to give me. But in order for me to walk away from this banner, because of the big shaft that Dokkan gave us, because of the way this is all set up, I'm expecting at least good results here. So I demand 1 new unit that I do not yet have that needs to come forth. Which means I need to pull Physical Spopovich, STR GT Pan, Tech General Blue, or Physical Android 18. Or STR Supreme Kai of Time. That's what his name is, right? That's not correct, is it? Grand Supreme Kai. Sorry. STR Grand Supreme Kai or Tech Future Mai. One of those units needs to get in my box, or I will claim dissatisfaction with summons. We still got 145 units left, so we've got a chance. We're about halfway. Halfway through the summons here. Probably going to start clicking a little quicker since I've gotten through all the ranting that I want to do, just so we can get a move on with things. So this isn't a 10-hour video here. Okay. Wow, that was probably the worst multi yet, no? Holy moly. Okay, just Yamcha blessed us last time. Let's see. Fly in base, so I guess if we get the screen crack, it's possible. Oh, wow. And then? Okay, so it just meant SSR then. No big deal. Yeah, I suppose there is possibly going to be some random sneaker like banner units that I won't realize about. Oh, we're all of a sudden getting the GT animations. Okay. Cool. Sweet. So Dokkan Fest incoming. I suppose it could be an LR too, right? Okay, it wasn't for that. It wasn't for that Trunks. It's gonna be for something else here. Let's see. Topo. Okay. Usable dupe. Usable dupe. I'll take it. But yeah, it's possible that like some of these really, really old banner units that we're pulling, I just won't register that I'm technically able to use them. Like, I mean, pretty much every unit in the game I can use. Like that Trunks we just pulled, that AGL Super Saiyan Trunks, I'm probably just going to be able to feed him into the SSR, like a dupe for the SSR, right? But I imagine some of these are going to be, like, new units in the sense that, like, oh, I have now finished rainbowing the SSR, and now this can be the unawakened SSR copy, and it'll actually be, like, a new unit for me to link level or something, right? Because I usually write these units off when they're just going to be a dupe for something I already have. It's much bigger of a celebration if I'm able to actually, like, get a new unit. Broly and Vegeta, that should be a combo, right? Surely we get a double screen crack here. There's no way Broly and Vegeta is not a combination. Yeah, give me the double. Yes, that checks out. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, nice. Okay. The STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Didn't have him rainbowed either, so that's definitely a good pull. Okay. 110 left. Herculambu, nice. We're getting something else. We haven't pulled an LR yet, have we? We have been getting quite a few Dokkan Fests. I don't really feel like we're getting shafted. Obviously, you know, the luck of, like, which units we're pulling versus others isn't really what I'm comparing, but just straight up the amount of units we're getting. Yeah, like, we're doing well on the, you know, rate of Dokkan Fests pulled, I would say. And honestly, like, almost every single one that we've gotten is something that I don't have rainbowed yet, so I am more than okay with this, to be honest with you. Majin Vegeta being another one there that I did not have rainbowed. But yeah, just considering, like, how pretty much, like, the bottom half of this featured list I have fully rainbowed and can't do anything with. Considering that, yeah, we've been getting pretty lucky here. I'm pretty sure the tech base form Vegeta that Dokkan awakens to the Super Saiyan Vegeta, or he transforms to Super Saiyan Vegeta. That's, I think, the only Dokkan Fest we pulled that I literally can't use. Or STR Super Vegeta as well. That was another, right? Yeah. Nothing again? Okay. We're so back and forth with these summons, my goodness. Oh. Bless the Dokkan gods. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, sweet. Okay. I have ear to ear grinning now. There we go. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I don't care. I legitimately don't care what we get for the rest of this. I just wanted a new unit. Thank you, Dokkan. Free new unit. I will take that. Boom. Didn't have him. Awesome. Awesome. That is super exciting stuff. Alright. Yeah, so now literally anything else that we get is a bonus. It's all extra at this point. Totally satisfied with this. Wow. The chances of actually getting that were so low. There are hundreds of unfeatured units on this banner. Just hundreds. Does it say the actual number here? I wonder. Let's see, let's... Okay, another crap multi. Unfeatured. There are 350 unfeatured SSRs. And 143 unfeatured SRs, 92 unfeatured rares. So if you want to, the most fair comparison is 350. Because, you know, obviously the other ones wouldn't proc for, like, that position. So there was I need, like, 6 out of, like, 350, and you have a 5% chance for each slot to be an unfeatured SSR. Like, that was a pretty slim odds there. That was some 1 in hundreds of thousands right there. So, very excited about that. Was that also the oldest one of them? No, Tech Mai is older. Okay, so still, it remains true that Tech Mai is the oldest unit in the game I don't have. That's fun. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure I have all the Dokkan Fest cards and like LRs that like predate her at this point. Unless I'm pretty sure Lord Slug is the oldest unit that I don't have. The oldest like Dokkan Fest unit that I don't have. So yeah, between Lord Slug and Mai, whichever one of those is older, would be the oldest unit I'm missing. All right, how many tickets did we have left? Oh, here we go. Nice. More goodies, more goodies. Let's see. Who's it gonna be? Janemba. Okay. So yeah, that's another like L kind of pull. We obviously didn't really need him much, so that's fine though. That is fine. I would rather that we just continue to pull Dokkan Fests rather than just getting SRs and stuff, so not really complaining about that. But still, we haven't gotten a single LR, right? That's a little bit funky. I mean, I guess there's none featured, so you would have to get one unfeatured to get one at all. But, just considering the fact that, like, of those 350 unfeatured, a solid, like, 30 of them at least, maybe, like, 40 are LRs, and we haven't gotten one. A little bit strange. A little bit. It also would be nice to pull some, because I have quite a few LRs sitting where, like, I have their TUR at 55% and the SSR at 55%, and I would like to, rectify that situation. Obviously, you need to get LRs for that to happen. I can't even remember, like, which LR specifically I have left to fix that for, because there was, once upon a time, so many. What happened to my music? Oh, just a really long outro on. Yeah, once upon a time. What was I even saying? Completely lost my train of thought just now. So sorry. Oh, more pulls, yay. Master Roshi. Okay, he is not rainbowed, so that actually puts him at 90% now. I have paid close attention to every time that I've gotten a Master Roshi copy because I spent my 10th anniversary memorial stone on him. From that major list of characters that you could have chosen. I did not opt to get like one of the new headliners or something. I picked up Master Roshi. And then the Kid Goku banner released after that celebration ended. I summoned on it, and I pulled 2 more copies of Master Roshi. So he was at 79%, and now he's at 90. So, fun stuff, fun stuff. And I guess if you look at, so like the one headliner that I didn't get during the 10th anniversary was the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and he was like the worst unit of the bunch, and so I figured I would rather have Master Roshi just because it was a cool card that I wanted to be able to run niche Pepigal teams and stuff like for Ultimate Clash, and you know the Heroine Battle event. I guess it actually worked out because they did revamp that, or I guess add new stages to it, right? But yeah, other than that, I just like felt like it's likely that the Vegeta is going to come back and be featured on a banner that I'm more likely to summon on, because he'll be, you know, there for major celebrations, whereas the Master Roshi was like a filler unit that is not ever going to be on banners during major celebrations, and so I would probably have to spend on a banner that wouldn't be wise to spend on in order to get copies of him in the first place, so that was why I ultimately decided to go with him, so I could avoid having to unnecessarily summon in the future to get him. But obviously with hindsight being 2020, I definitely would have just waited for the very next celebration when I was going to summon for that Kid Goku, and get him there. Here we go, fake out. Okay, didn't need him. But yeah, I guess with hindsight being as 2020 as it is, it would have been a wiser pickup for me to get Lord Slug, because I still don't have him, and I could have got him with my Memorial Stone, and then I would have both Master Roshi and Lord Slug right now, right? And then that would make the oldest Dokkan Fest I don't have even newer. I don't even know which it would be, though. I need to look. Let's see. I would first have to hunt Lord Slug down on this page, which I am going to attempt to do while we finish summoning here. Nothing there. We are almost done. Almost. Almost. I did not even see who flew in. Where is Slug? Can't find him. Something tells me I went back too far. This? Yeah, I think I went back too far if I got to turtles. Whatever, not a super big deal. I could always just check the Dokkan Awaken tab to see. Okay, let's go ahead and do this last multi. I am going to save the singles, just because, you know, there are a ton of missions. Like, all the panel missions are giving out these tickets. I assume that they're going to be giving them for, like, first place in the App Store rewards and other thank you rewards and things like that. So there's probably going to be a lot more tickets to come. I'm not going to bother wasting time doing the singles here. We will just wait. Probably what I'm going to end up doing at this point. We've spent the initial bulk that we earned from, you know, what they gave us, and then I think I'll probably just wait all the way until the very end of the celebration, when we have the final tickets given to us, and I know I'm not going to be getting any more, and then we'll just do one more little summon video, probably linked to some other end of celebration video that we do. So yeah, I guess let's take a look at the haul. Might as well. Character list, sort by acquired, just SSRs. Boom. So we did get quite a bit of stuff. How many Dokkan Fest pulls was that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 out of 270 tickets. What's the math on that? 270 divided by 13. 1 in 20? 1 in 20 units? So wait, so 1 in 21 units, which is essentially 1 in 3 multis. I am A-okay with that. We were over here talking about 1 in 5 multis at the beginning. So, yeah, 13 is way more than 8. And I am counting it as 14 wins because I also got this guy. Woohoo! New character. Awesome. Alright, well, that is going to go ahead and finish it up for my Memorial Stone summons. Everybody, let me know in the comments below how much Memorial Stones you got, and what you're planning on doing with them. And if you've already done your summons, then let me know how good or bad your pulls were. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Pat is going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!